You've probably had the experience. You ask AI something, and the answer is generic, wrong, or just disappointing. So you either accept it or you give up on the tool. Here's the truth. It wasn't the AI's fault. It was the prompt. Prompting is a skill, and once you learn how to do it well, AI becomes a completely different and dramatically more powerful tool. Let me show you how. A prompt is everything you send to an AI model: the question, the instruction, the context, the constraints. It's how you communicate with the model. AI language models don't think the way humans do. They predict what should come next based on patterns in training data. Your prompt is the input that shapes what patterns get activated. A vague prompt activates vague patterns. A specific, well-structured prompt activates the specific knowledge you're looking for. Think of it like giving instructions to a contractor. Make my house look better. Gives them nothing to work with. Paint the exterior dark gray with white trim, replace the front door with a black steel door, and add landscape lighting along the walkway. That's a project they can execute on. Same principle with AI. Precision in equals precision out. Here's the economic reality of this skill. Companies are currently paying $100,000 to $300,000 per year for prompt engineers, people whose primary job is writing effective instructions for AI systems. That tells you how much this skill matters in practice. The good news is you don't need a six-figure job title to benefit from it. Every person using AI in their work or side hustle gets more value from better prompts. A well-built prompt typically has some combination of these elements. Role. Tell the AI what perspective to take. You are an experienced marketing strategist. Act as a financial advisor for small businesses. This shapes the voice and expertise level of the response. Context. Give background. Who are you? What's the situation? What has already happened? The more relevant context, the better the output. Task. Be explicit about what you want. Don't hint. State it directly. Write a 5-email welcome sequence for new subscribers. Not, give me some email ideas. Format. Tell it how to structure the response. Give me this as a numbered list. Format it as a table. Write it in 3 short paragraphs. Use headers for each section. Constraints. Set boundaries. Keep it under 200 words. Use casual, conversational language. Avoid technical jargon. Don't include disclaimers. Examples. If you have an example of what you want or don't want, include it. Examples are incredibly powerful. They calibrate the model's output to match your expectations. Not every prompt needs all 6 elements. A simple question might just need role and task. A complex deliverable might need all 6. The more complex your desired output, the more structured your prompt needs to be. Being too vague, write me something about marketing, is not a prompt. It's a topic. Add role, context, format, and constraints. No context. The AI doesn't know who you are, what your business is, or who your audience is unless you tell it. Feed it context and watch results improve instantly. I'm an electrician in the Bay Area targeting homeowners with 20-plus-year-old panels. Gives the AI enough to write something specific and useful. Accepting the first output, the first response is a draft. Ask it to revise. Ask it to be more direct, more specific, shorter, punchier. AI responds well to iteration. Asking compound questions. Don't cram 5 questions into one prompt. Break them into separate, focused prompts. Better answers to each. Giving up when it gets something wrong. Correct it. That's not quite right. The actual situation is X. Try again with that in mind. AI models respond to correction the same way a smart employee would, treating it like a search engine. Search engines return links. AI returns synthesized responses. The way you phrase things or Google doesn't translate well to AI. AI responds better to instructions and conversation than to keyword queries. Chain of thought prompting. Add think through this step by step to prompts that require reasoning. This forces the model to show its work rather than jump to a conclusion, which dramatically improves accuracy on complex problems. Research from Stanford and other institutions has consistently shown this technique improves accuracy on reasoning tasks by significant margins. Few-shot prompting. Give the AI 2 to 3 examples of what you want before asking it to produce the real thing. Here are 3 example headlines I like. Examples. Now write 10 more in the same style. The examples calibrate the model's output far more effectively than any description of what you want. Role-playing. Beyond telling it to be an expert, you can run interactive simulations. I'm going to role-play a client giving me an objection. Respond as an experienced salesperson would. Great for training, brainstorming, and stress testing ideas. Iterative refinement. Don't expect one prompt to do everything. Build in steps. First get the structure, then flesh out each section, then refine tone. Each prompt builds on the last. Persona injection. Describe exactly how you want the AI to communicate. Write like you're a no-BS mentor who cuts to the point and doesn't use fluffy language. You'll be shocked how well it can adapt. Temperature control. Some platforms let you adjust the temperature, how creative or random the responses are. Lower temperature equals more predictable, consistent output. Higher temperature equals more creative but potentially less accurate. For factual tasks, lower temperature. For creative brainstorming, higher. Here are 3 prompts you can test today. 1. You are a world-class copywriter. I'm launching product service. Write me 10 headline options that use curiosity, urgency, or a big promise. Format as a numbered list. 2. Act as a business coach. I'm going to describe my current biggest challenge. Think through it step by step and give me 3 actionable solutions I can implement this week. My challenge. Describe it. 3. You are an expert in your industry. Here's a piece of content I wrote. Paste content. Rewrite it to be more engaging, more specific, and 20% shorter. Maintain my voice. Test these. See the difference a well-crafted prompt makes versus winging it. Then start building your own personal prompt library. Save your best prompts in a document and reuse them. Over time, you'll develop a toolkit of prompts that reliably produce great output for your most common use cases. That library becomes one of your most valuable professional assets. The most productive AI users have a library of prompts they've refined over time, tested, tweaked, and proven to produce reliable results for their most common use cases. Think of it like having templates for the work you do most often. A copywriter has 5 proven ad copy prompts. A business owner has a proposal drafting prompt, a customer email template prompt, a social media content prompt. A researcher has a citation gathering prompt and a source summarizing prompt. Here's how to build yours. Step 1. Identify your highest frequency AI use cases. What do you ask AI for most often? Writing, research, analysis, summarization, planning. These are your first prompt targets. Step 2. Create a base prompt for each use case. Start with the role, context, task, format, and constraints framework from earlier in this video. Write out a complete, structured prompt for each use case. Step 3. Test and refine. Run each prompt 5 to 10 times across different inputs. Note where the output falls short. Adjust the prompt. Add more context. Tighten the constraints. Add an example output. Each iteration gets closer to a prompt that reliably produces what you need. Step 4. Save and organize. Keep your prompts in a document you can access easily. Notion, Google Docs, a simple text file. Organize by use case. Add notes about what context to fill in for each prompt. Step 5. Review and update regularly. AI models improve over time. Prompts that worked well 6 months ago might be improvable with new capabilities. Revisit your library quarterly and refine. A working prompt library with 20 to 30 tested, refined prompts for your specific work is genuinely one of the most valuable professional tools you can build. It's essentially a system that makes you productive with AI on any device, in any session, in seconds rather than minutes. Different AI models have different strengths, and tailoring your approach to each model can significantly improve your results. ChatGPT, GPT-4o and later, excellent at versatile tasks, strong with reasoning, good for interactive brainstorming, responds well to iterative conversation. When you want to go back and forth, refine, iterate, explore, ChatGPT's conversational style is natural and productive. Exceptional at long-form writing, nuanced reasoning, and handling complex multi-part instructions. Claude tends to follow instructions more precisely than other models and is particularly good at maintaining a consistent voice across long documents. For complex writing projects, document analysis, and situations where you need the AI to genuinely understand subtle nuance, Claude is often the better choice. Gemini, Google, strong integration with Google's ecosystem, particularly useful for tasks involving Google search connectivity, calendar integration, and anything that benefits from real-time information. Perplexity. When you need current information with sources cited, Perplexity beats all of the above because it's designed around web-grounded answers. For research that needs to be accurate and current, this is the right tool. The practical implication. Matching your prompt to the right model is itself a form of prompt engineering. Which model handles this best is a question worth asking before you spend time crafting a complex prompt. The best AI users are model agnostic. They know when to reach for each tool. This is worth spending a moment on because as AI becomes more capable, the power of prompting becomes more significant. Prompts that try to bypass a model's safety guidelines, jailbreaking, aren't prompt engineering. They're an attempt to use AI irresponsibly. The guidelines exist for reasons that matter, and the short-term win of getting unsafe content isn't worth the broader harm. More relevant to most practical use cases, be honest in how you represent AI-generated content. If you used AI to draft something that's being represented as original human work in a context where that matters, an academic submission, a professional certification exam, a client deliverable where original expertise is the implied value, that's a different issue than using AI to draft a social media post or a business email. The most sustainable approach: use AI as a tool that amplifies your genuine work, not one that replaces it entirely in contexts where authenticity matters. The skill you're building is prompt engineering as a genuine professional competency, not outsourcing your thinking to a machine. Prompt engineering is genuinely the most underrated skill in 2026. It's free to learn, it applies to every AI tool you use, and the gap between someone who prompts well and someone who doesn't is massive. Not 10% better, but 3x to 10x better results on complex tasks. Start practicing. Build your own library of prompts that work for your use cases. Tweak and refine. This is a skill that compounds over time. The more you practice, the better your intuition gets, and the faster you can get great results from AI without having to think hard about every prompt. The people who develop this skill now are building a genuine competitive advantage. In fields where everyone is using the same AI tools, the quality of your prompts is what differentiates your output. That differentiation is already showing up in salaries, freelance rates, and business outcomes. Take it seriously. If you found this useful, subscribe. We go deep on AI tools and techniques every week. Drop a comment with a prompt challenge you've had, and I'll help you fix it. Seriously, paste in a prompt that's giving you bad results, and I'll show you how to improve it.